Hello, friends. So in this chapter, in this lecture, we're going to put everything together and show you how to exactly enhance a listing. So let's begin the fun. First things first, we have to locate our product. So let's say, for example, this is our product. We're going to do a keyword research on this product by using Cerebro. You can either go on Cerebro, put the ASIN and go from there, or you can go from here, keyword research. Now I've already outlined all the information. The second step you want to do is you want to go back and put your main keyword. So for this particular keyword, this is our main keywords. You're going to start X-ray, you're going to start an X-ray report, and you're going to locate your best competitors. Now you don't want to go after keywords that are highly targeted. Means you don't want to go after competition. If this product is selling for $900, you don't want to go after keywords that a person is selling the product for $100 or $200, because those keywords have a different kind of relevancy and they're more high competitive keywords. Now, if you want to rank yourself for that, that's fine. But I stay away from such keywords, because where there's high competition, then it becomes impossible to sell our product. We're going to get a lot of clicks, but we don't convert because of that competition on those keywords. So you can evaluate by using Amazon X-ray. You download the report, you get all the information. See, you get all the information from there. I've already downloaded the X-ray report. From there, we emphasize the matter further. We take the ASINs. The first thing we do is we go after the price. So we want to go to a certain range. We have to evaluate this. We want to stay away from the high competitive keywords. So we are going to extract this greater than or equal to, and let's say we're going after $300. So anything that's $300 and above, all the products will come up, their product information will come, their ASINs will come, their brand name will come over here, everything will be there. You look at the ASINs, you copy the ASINs, and you take it to Cerebro. And from Cerebro, you're going to target those competitors. And once you get their information, you're going to take their information and keep it on the side, because this is where you are going to use that information when you are getting results. So here's all the information. You want to make sure that you export the data, you export the single keyword data. And when everything is together, you're going to take the next process. Now, first, you're going to group all your competition together. You're going to get their information. You're going to put it in Frankenstein. You're going to put all their keywords and make it single keyword. The second step, you're going to take your products, relevancy keywords using Cerebro, over here, keywords from the Helium 10 extension. And from here, you're going to extract your keywords. You're going to download this report and you're going to extract that to Frankenstein. Okay, let me put it together so we're not confusing. This one goes here. That one is there. Okay, everything is. Now, from this process, we are going to use the index checker. So one index checker there, one index checker here, and then we're going to use one scribbles there, one scribbles here, and an extra scribbles to make out the actual listing. Now, index checker can only take up to 200 character space, not phrases, 200 phrases. So here I've used 191, downloaded the report. Now the index that I'm using is from the product itself. So I'm using that information I have downloaded the report, which one is indexing, and then I put those index keywords over here. So I can see here which keywords are indexing. And then on the second one, I have chosen the non-indexing keywords, and I have taken the non-indexing over here. Two separate paths. Everything is outlined. Now, this is just one step. After we are done with this 191 phrases, we need to repeat the step 7 to 8 more times, because this particular product is ranking for 1,500, nearly 1,500 keyword phrases. But we also have to evaluate a step further. This is just the preparation. Another way, the additional way of preparing this is we need to extract the keywords that is relevant to the product or which isn't relevant to the product. So we did create, so here you see, we went step by step in the previous lectures, which one is converting, which one is relevant, and now we're only concentrating on non-relevant. So we take all these non-relevant keywords and we want to make sure that they are taken off from our listing, because we don't want to convert for those keywords. Number one, we don't want to convert because they're non-relevant to our product. Number two, we don't want to convert because there are some brands that our listing is originally ranking for, which we shouldn't be ranking for. We can target those brands through PPC and make money through PPC, but we shouldn't be ranking for their product pages, because if we are ranking, the issue is if our product has 56 reviews and the competition has over 1,000 or 500 or even 100 reviews, there is a less chance that you are going to get a sale from that particular listing. Not only that, some of these brands have pricing under your price. So if our product is $900 and their price is $50, you don't want to rank for that product page. There is no way you're going to get a conversion. Maybe once in a blue moon, somebody might go and click it, but chances are very, very, very relatively low to get a click. So you got to be very, very careful on how you are targeting your listing, okay? So we take all that information and we want to make sure that we are not going to rank. So in order to prepare a listing optimization, it's not an easy process. It's fun, but it's not easy, okay? So we get all of that preparation and we start building our listing. So when we get the index keywords, we're going to put everything over here and we're going to start writing our listing. When you start writing your listing, you want to make sure that you are targeting. Now, this can be done several ways. In the title, you can go after the highest relevant keyword phrases, or you can go for the low relevant keyword phrases. Now, enhancing means optimizing a listing that's already built out. So this way you are going in and re-optimizing. So I'm going to go and I'm going to take this ASIN and we're going to prepare a brand new listing after all the information we have retrieved from those two. Go here. So we're going to use the non-index keywords and we're going to use the index keywords. Everything that's indexing. So let me group this together so we're not making any mistakes. So these are our indexing keywords right here. So all the ones that are indexing, we're going to copy here. Paste. Okay. And everything that's non-indexing, we are going to copy used. We're going to copy here, the same listing. And we can do the same with the keyword phrases. But I like to do one step at a time. First, I like to prepare the single words, move things around. Then I like to prepare with the full phrases and then move things around. It is very, very important to do this because a slight mistake can jeopardize your listing. You have to be very, very careful. So here, we're taking index keyword, non-index keyword. Now, as you can see, juicer has been used 6 times. In order to write a perfect copywriting, you want to make sure that your listing is not repeating a keyword more than 3 times. Why more than 3 times? Because the algorithm can only read your keyword once throughout the whole listing. Now that once could be either in the bullet points, either in the title, description, or your backend search terms. So if you are not brand registered, try and concentrate not to repeat a keyword more than 2 times. And if you're registered, try and not repeat more than 3 times. It is very tough because a lot of keywords will get repeated, repeated keywords. It's not mandatory, but it's an optional to keep it as low as possible to get the best outcome for your optimization. Okay? So if we can just go, say juicer red oil extracts. So you have to basically understand which keyword phrase is really, really good in order for you to start ranking for that. So let's extract the keywords out first, because we are going to start getting rid of them. So juicer, this looks like a phrase, a long tail phrase, which I would probably use, and probably get rid of a lot more juicers over here. Okay. So it seems like a lot of juicers are in the description page here. Let's look at the next best. So you have in the description page there, I would take this out from here. Sana is the name of the brand. Now, I'm just going to use this technique to show how a listing can be made, but we have to really go into and redo the whole optimization. You can hire a copywriter to do this. I don't know how much. Well, they normally charge between $650 and $900 to do a nice listing. That's from scratch. Something like this, it's better you guys do it yourself, because this way you know what you're doing and you don't have to hire agencies or people. But if you don't understand how to do it, then I would highly recommend you to hire somebody to do this kind of work. Extractor. So here you see oil extractor. Okay, that's where the word oil is coming. So I'm gonna leave the word oil over there. And so this is one way. Now to go back, we are going to, so let's say we took out all the information from there. Now we go back to the scribbles and we copy the list over here. So copy used to and unused to. So we're going to copy this. We're going to paste it there. We're going to go to the other scribbles. We're going to use all the copies, so there's none there. So you go back to the first one. We're going to use the copy unused, which is similar to our product. And we are going to copy the other unused ones, which are similar to our product. So here, one of them is indexing, the other one is non-indexing. We just want to make this listing extremely, extremely powerful. So we want to use it in such a way that we are going to get good returns. Now that's just on this particular listing. To take a step further, you want to use the groups, the keywords that you got from all of this. You want to evaluate that information. You want to use it under the index checker to see what information you got. And from there, this one right here. So one is by using the product itself, and the other one that we're going to do is evaluate the step further. But I'm just showing you how to do with the product itself. Then the process is repeated through the remaining keywords. After that one is done, you're going to, if you don't have enough space, then you can always come to the top sellers, competitors of yours, and extract those keywords, check it through your indexing, make sure you're indexing or not. If it's indexing, add it, make sure it's added into your listing. If it's not indexing, then use the same technique. And here we go, we're going to apply. So, okay, I think it went too much. Let's just take out some keywords. Still not going. So you see, by doing this technique, it doesn't allow, I'm getting an error message. It does not allow a lot of keywords. This is why the technique takes so long to do this. But if you follow it, and if you take your time, then it is really going to give you the results that we're looking for. Let's see if this one takes care of that. Okay, there we go. Now, the reason why you see them all black is because they're not indexing to your listing. But if you find them that they are somehow relevant to your product, you want to start adding those keywords. So let's prepare the title. Now, a couple of ways to do this. One is going through right here and adding them to your listing. The other way is to actually go and see, this keyword was indexing, but we're not showing up over here. Another way to do this is actually, you can use one of the Helium 10 products to locate the keyword trackers to see where they're standing, or you can do it manually. I prefer doing manually because it tends to give me the results that I'm looking for. And the result that I'm looking for is right here. If this is above 1,000, I stay away from those keywords because I don't want to end up with a lot of competition, especially when I'm doing an listing enhancement. And while doing this, it just tends to bring less competition to the doorsteps, and more sales means more profits. Everybody's happy. I'm happy. The client is happy. We are all happy. So you see? Now you will see that this particular keyword phrase is bringing some low-end competitors. But our main purpose here is to go after such a keyword where there's hardly any less competition. Then through PPC, we can always go and get rid of them. There are certain techniques in my next PPC course. I'll teach about that, how to get rid of these ASINs with low search volume terms. And then easily you can, of course, block them from targeting you, but on the other side, you can go and block them on their keywords so you can get sales coming in through your doorsteps, okay? So this is a very profitable keyword for us. I would definitely add this keyword to my title. Okay, copy and here. Sana red oil. I would get rid of this one right here. And here I would see it says right here, low speed but for some reason, this one is not converting. Let's see what, you see, 440. And this one is showing us sponsored to, there's one of our products. Let's see, to, so it's not doing anything. I would do Supreme Masking Juice, sir. Okay, now it's smaller, more powerful. You have to really look into this stuff. Let's look at our next keyword phrase, which is low speed we can concentrate here. You need to test each and every, because sometimes you will find that the keywords are very similar to each other, but you have to see the way it's written. This can be written in 20, 30 different ways, but you got to find the main keyword that is written in the right way, and then you can actually go and target that. So in this case, there we are in black. We have some good. So if I have to repeat this keyword phrase, I would probably add it to our bullet points. Okay. Now, when you're writing bullet points, you want to make sure that the first letter of every word is capitalized, and then you can do a colon, or you can do a dash sign, whichever you like, whichever works good for you. Do not use emojis. They're against Amazon's terms of services. Do not use all capital letters. They're again Amazon against the terms of services. So do not use like this, okay? You gotta be very, very careful. Just select that and there you go, okay? Now let's look for some juicer machines, vegetable and fruit. Now you can choose this from Cerebro also. You can go Cerebro and you can download the report. Let me show you another way of looking for low search volume keywords. Let me see, X-ray. Okay, so this is our keyword list. If you're using Cerebro, you don't have a whole lot of time to do this. You can go under Cerebro. And let's shorten this out a little bit. So here you can go under search volume. You can start with, get rid of blanks. You can start with the lowest. Okay. And from here, you can locate the sponsored ASINs. So you got smallest to largest. Note that we started at 10 for us being smallest. Let's bring this down. Now, as you can see here, you're not going to see a lot of sponsored ASINs over here, you see? But what you can really see are the keywords with a very low competition. And that is what you want to go after. Now, some of these with the blank, they're kind of on and off. So let's look at this one. Now, commercial is a very powerful keyword, especially when we are selling a $900 juicer. So it really stands out for that. And if we can see that it has no competition on that particular keyword phrase, then we would definitely target that keyword in our title. So let's look at this, for example. So we got 108 results. So it is a powerful listing. Let's see how much competition we have on this product. We got the first one here. We got 2, 3. We want to be less than 15. We got 3. Now look at this. The word commercial. Look at the prices, what we're getting here. $2,894. That's perfect. I would probably take that ASIN and I would throw it in Cerebro and extract their keywords too. I would probably go more further. Look at this. 1,800 bucks, 815. We got 3 competitions so far. Now, some of these are targeting for commercial, but if their product is not relevant to commercial juicers, they're going to end up with a lot of negative reviews or negative feedback because somebody searching for commercial juicer is looking for a commercial juicer. Okay, so look at this, 1,500 bucks. So this is a very, very powerful keyword. And I would like to have my listing shown up for this particular keyword phrase. So you see, we got three sponsored ASINs. We got 4, 5. Let's see how much more we get. 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 sponsored ASINs, nearly half of what we're looking for. So low speed, here we go. Powerful, it's a very, very powerful keyword. I'm gonna do 7 to red oil combo supreme. And here I'm gonna add commercial because it is a strong, strong keyword. In fact, this whole thing is a strong keyword phrase. Commercial masticating juicer, okay? You get the idea? Take your time, don't rush, build it slowly, slowly. You have to play around with it a lot. You need to play in such a way that your listing is so perfect. Nothing is 100% perfect. But if you're working on your own listing or you're working on your client's listing, you want to make sure that the listing is well optimized. Let it work it out for 2-3 weeks. Let it warm up, let it get the information it needs. Then you go back every 4 weeks, you go back to Cerebro, make sure that your product is ranking for at least 250 keywords per week. Every month should be 1,000. That is our strategy at Liazon Marketing. That's what we use to make sure it's going in the right direction. Then the other thing, you want to make sure, download the Cerebro report. Take out the information that's not relevant to your keywords. Get rid of them when you're re-enhancing your listing. Don't target those keywords in the listing because if you target, you're going to get conversions. And that's something we want to avoid at full cost. Okay. Moving forward, let's see if we can find some other good keywords. Best juicer for fruits and vegetables. Now, this list that I'm doing right here, these are relevant to our products, but they're not indexing. If they're not indexing, we're not getting any organic sales. So the purpose of doing this listing optimizing, doing the enhancement is to make sure that we are targeting those such keywords and so that we can get sales from it. So you see here, best juicer for fruits and vegetables. Look what we have here. Capacity for fruits and vegetables. So you have to go after keywords that the algorithm is giving you to target. So let's see what we get over here. Again, you see, I'm under 1,000. As long as I'm under 1,000, I'm happy. If it goes around under 500, if it goes under 100, the lower that number goes, it is the type of keyword you definitely want to target, because that's the type of results you're going to end up with. Okay. Now, Huron is a very big company, huge company. They make really good juicers. So as you can see, we got 2 sponsored so far, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So no competition over there. Definitely I'm going to target this keyword. Red oil, commercial, mass 4-variable speed, large capacity. So instead of doing this, get rid of this, and I'm going to add this. Okay. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make this title as short as possible, between 80 to 120 keyword character space, so that my listing gets optimized really well, and so that I can convert extremely fast on this particular listing. The faster it converts, the better the sales we're going to get. Okay, so we want to make sure with that. Let's look at the next keywords. If you're planning to use Spanish keywords or French keywords, you can use them on the front end of the listing. Let's look at some extractor jugos. So I think it's a juice extractor. I'm not good in Spanish at all, but let's try that keyword phrase. And if it's giving you good results, why not? It didn't go through. I don't think I picked it up. Extractor jugos. Now, anytime you're writing a listing, you want to make sure that the keywords are relevant. Don't write just because all your competition is writing something. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure, ask your client, or if you're the client, ask your manufacturer, is that keyword relevant to our product? And get all the specifications from your manufacturer, and then you type those in. So here we go. Extractor jugos. As you can see, we are sponsoring that keyword to be on the top page 1. Now here, once again, there isn't a lot of competition, but let's see how much competition we're facing. So we got 1. We're not going to count our product. We're going to count the competitors. 2. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's pretty good. So we go back into Scribbles. Now, it's good not to target too much in the title, but if you get one more high relevant keyword phrase, you can go here. You can go into the next section here. We don't have much here, and you can do a bullet point which is all Spanish, all in Spanish. And if you want to take advantage of this, you can even make a bullet point all in French. So French customers will get, if somebody goes and puts a French word for it, you can always go to Google Translate, and you can convert this Spanish keyword into French, and then you can, let's see what results we get. So we got a Spanish keyword right here, right? Paste that. And the translation comes to, let's see, copy that. I'm gonna go in Amazon and let's see if we get any competition on this particular keyword phrase. Let's see if anybody's targeting that. See that? 52. Look at the amount of competition we're facing. Nothing. Below 100, it is amazing keyword. Amazing, amazing. How much competition we have? 1, 2, 3. Oh, look, we're actually going after it. 4. 4. Let's see, 5, 6, 7. So once again, only 52 competition, out of which is 7. 7 is sponsored ASIN. So you're looking at 45 people organically showing up for that keyword phrase. So I would definitely target that keyword phrase into French also. So I would like to get my products to be in the hands of English speaking, French speaking, Spanish speaking. That's a big market right there. So you see how you go and you build, and then you can always, if you have to write a listing, you can always use, here's a very nice, I'm gonna share with you. Let me see. I'm going to share with you a tool which you can use to rewrite a listing. It is called, so something that you have already written and you don't want to blow your brains out to, to write it in Spanish or in French. So you can actually use this one, paraphrasing tool. And let's say, for example, you are going to rewrite your listing using, let's say, for example, this one in Spanish. So let's say we have the extractor juice, and we got this one. So all you do is you copy it, you paste it there in Spanish. Well, you put it in English, and you want to translate into French. You're going to take that, you copy that, and you add it to your right here. Okay. And then you want to do the same thing for the Spanish. You don't want to change words around because we want to concentrate strictly in English, in Spanish, in French, those same targeting keywords. And that is how you are going to build a really, really amazing, strong listing. Okay, and you can copy this, go back to your scribbles. So the purpose of doing a listing optimization, especially on Amazon, it's about sales. It's sales marketing. So you're basically trying to sell your product by writing through sales strategy. And that is where you're going to. So the sales strategy basically tells the benefit of the product, and then it tells a story of the product. Why, if, but, not, when, all this stuff. Okay, so this is the benefit, and then is the story of the product, why you should buy that product, what is the reason, this, that, and that's all I don't understand what that says, but I know what I put over there in the Google Translate. Okay, it's telling me the fine juice in screen. So this is talking about the screen. So you want to make sure that in your scribbles, your extra Google's screen. Let me do it. So screen, if you do, here goes screen, then it's going to take you further. So make sure that you're using that particular keyword. Whatever you're writing, that was just an example. I just showed you how to convert from Spanish to this. This is the cold press system. The screen is the one that goes underneath right here, okay? It's a screen that extracts the juice and keeps the food on the side, and that's how it is, okay? So there's one way. Moving to the next step, we can always use the Cerebro report to look at the best. Always remember, always go after the low search volume keywords, because if you do that, it is going to work backwards into your listing. And when it runs backward into your listing, then you are tending to be building your listing much faster. It is multiplying your listing much faster, and this is how you are really going to get a very good listing optimization, very good keyword ranking. Everything will be indexing well. You and your PPC is gonna love you. PPC works like magic when you have an amazing listing. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more minutes here just to evaluate it further. Now you see industrial orange juicer squeezer. Now, industrial is similar to commercial, because in commercial juicers, they are extracting the juice as much as possible by giving you very or little to no pulp. Now, oranges being a fruit, being like 99% juice, if you use a cheap juicer, you're gonna see a lot of pulp. But if you use a nice commercial grade juicer, you are not gonna see not even this much of pulp. And that is how you have to prepare your listing. So we go here and go back there, and we're gonna put industrial orange juice squeezer. Okay, see, results 100. Why I'm choosing keywords like this? Because I know which ones to target, but this is something that you should learn. And when you learn it, then you are really going to bring a lot of good sales to your doorsteps. Now you can see that some of these are very cheap. Don't worry about them. In my PPC course, I will teach you how to get rid of them. Now look at this. This kind of machine is very powerful in the industry today. I mean, I have like almost every gas stations you go today, every coffee house, every cafe place, every bakery, every whatever. You are going to see these machines everywhere. Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. I mean, you name it, is there. This is where the money is. It's a high-priced item. Not too much in the industry. I mean, in the commercial industry, it's all over the place. But in residential, there's not much providing juicers like this. So this is a very good product to go after. Some of the commercial, like the actual commercial juicers, are in thousands of dollars, like the one we saw at 2,800. But some of the major commercial juicers are like 10,000, 20,000, where they're, taking out fruits from the entire tree, lots of trees, and they throw in the machine that you see on YouTube. If you ever see those documentaries, those are worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. But in Amazon, we're trying to sell juicers that are going to bring, good enough returns. So again, there is no competition on this keyword. So I would definitely, and orange juice being the favorite, most of the favorite juice for a lot of people, I would definitely put it in my, so low speed masculine juicer. I would definitely put this in my listing optimization, and talk about orange juice. Okay. And then that's that. So you see the amount of keywords that we were indexing. nearly 70% of them just didn't make sense to our listing. It just didn't make sense. So that's why we have no sales. But now that we're going to go and fix this listing up properly, we are going to end up with a lot of good information here. Let's look at Cerebro one more time, and let's see, where is it? Check it. You can also use the index checker report. We already have them on the system, but here you can always go and check for the non-index keywords. Which keywords you think is relevant to our product, but they're still not indexing. So you can probably see here. So here, pure juicer, cold presser juice. Now, being an expensive juicer, expensive juicers are mostly cold press because you don't lose the vitamins and the minerals, and they stay fresh for a long time. Not a long time, maximum 2-3 days. You want to make sure that you're drinking it right away. Or if you're storing it, make sure you put it in the refrigerator and store it for sealed tight and go from there. Now, saying that, there is something that I want you to target. You see here, 177 results, no competition at all. So I would definitely copy this and maybe paste it here. And then write this up, write whatever you are. Now, the one thing that you really want to go after are the bottles. Glass bottles for juicing. Now, glass tends to keep the juices very strong, fresh for 2-3, sometimes a lot of I have a client. I also do real estate on the side. I have a business client that is actually selling her business doing juicing, and she buys the glass bottles. She has an industrial grade commercial juicer, but she paid about $8,000. She makes the juices and she ships it out to her clients. And let me tell you something, plastic, anything else does the job well than glass. Of course it's heavy, of course it's fragile, but it brings the value to the freshness of the juice. Okay, so very, very important to target for glass. You see over here, we got 1,000 results. So that's actually a perfect keyword to go after. And I would definitely keep it on my bullet points. I would probably advanced juicing system. We would probably take this out. And best used with glass bottles for juicing. There we go. We got a whole sentence right there. So if you can go glass bottle for juicing, and if you want to make it even powerful, with lids, with secured lids, with tight lids, with any kind of lids, as long as it's lift, you can use one of those ball, B-A-L-L, but you cannot type the word. You cannot type the word B-A-L-L because it's a brand name. Even though it's a generic term, you don't want to use that word, because if Amazon catches you, so we can use mason jars, ball, mason, glass jars for juicing. Okay, I missed a space there. There we go. Glass jars for juicing. As you can see, no competition whatsoever. So I would definitely target this keyword phrase also. Okay, so advanced juice, best used with glass bottles for juicing with lids, and also with also with basin jars for juicing. You get it? Very simple process. Just takes time to write out the listing. As we could see, this particular listing, they're not doing any sales, and they were not, a lot of the keywords they were indexing, it just didn't make sense. They're ranking for keywords, they're indexing for, I don't know, like 400 keywords, but that was not even relevant with their product. And then while doing the enhancement, you just want to make sure come and do it again, and then basically just make it. Now, in terms of search terms, what you can really do in search terms is you can take this entire, whatever keywords that are not indexing and indexing, you copy all of them, you go into Frankenstein, and you want to make sure that the keywords that you're targeting are all the keywords that are within your new listing optimization. So we're going to do one keyword here. We're going to remove time, one keyword phrase, move, okay, and see, it's already giving us here the information. And as you can see, you can take your top 5 best. So let's use a frequency. Let's use the frequency right here. So in the frequency, it's going to tell me which are my 3 to 5 best keywords. What you want to do here is, let's say we are taking these 5, okay? You want to take these 5, and you want to open a misspellinator right here. You want to open one of that. You want to go after the misspells. Now, this is in your backend search term where a customer does not see this information, and you prepare, okay? You select all, and you do this. Now, while this is doing that, you want to go into Google Translate, and you want to type in those keywords there. And here you get Spanish, and then you want to do the same thing in French. Why are we doing this? Because we want to grab the attention of Spanish-speaking community, we want to get the attention of French-speaking community, and we want to get the attention of the English-speaking community, because in the United States, this is the blend of people that we have. You can, of course, take it further if you have other nationalities in the country that you're targeting. You can go after Arabic. A lot of Arabic people are there. Indians, Pakistan. So you can take in different languages, China, Japan, and you can really extract. I would probably use this strategy if we have a product with variations. If you have just one product, keep it nice and simple. And then when I say nice and simple, in the search terms, you're going to add your main keywords. And then you're going to add your Spanish keywords, and then you're going to add your French keywords. You're going to copy French. Let's just show you what to do here. French. You go to your Spanish. You see? The same keywords, Spanish, French, Spanish, English, and a couple of misspells. You want to do this if this is your main listing, okay? Just this much information is going to get you now a lot of good results. And let's see if we got any results from misspells. Did we get any keywords that Amazon is not detecting? If not, then we can really go after those keywords. So when you get the misspells over here, select not. So right here, so you're going to select the auto ones, and you're going to put the misspells right into your backend search stuff. See, simple as that. We only found one that Amazon is not recognizing. You put that over there, and that's good to go right there. Now, after you have finished this, you want to take it to the next step of preparing the listing, uploading it on, uploading the listing to Amazon. The one thing I always tell this to all my clients, to all the freelancers, whoever I'm mentoring, whenever you're selling your product, make sure it's high resolution image. Make sure it's the product itself here. If you have a good packaging, use it. 5 to 10% in the corner of your main image. Why? Because we are running into peak season now. We are running into the holiday season now. When you run into the holiday season, a good package can make a good impression of your product, and it can be used as a gift towards many people. So it's a beautiful product. The way this one is outlined, look, and it's amazing. If you look at the lighting, it is not showing any kind of reflection. So it's a very, very nice product. Very nicely done. If you're the owner of this listing and watching this video, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to fix this listing for you so you can really go and make good money on this keyword. No charge for you. All right. And after you complete the listing, you want to upload it. Do not use any keywords in the main image. The keywords can always be used in the A+ content. If you brand registered, you can reuse it there. After you complete, make it nice and simple. So we're going to revise again. Title, 2 good keywords, bullet points, all the 5 bullet points. Now Amazon has extracted to 10 bullet points. So you can take the whole 10 bullet points, but try not to go over 15 to 18 total keyword phrases within the entire listing. The less, the better, the faster the conversions, the faster the organic sales, better improvement on your IPI score, better sales, organic sales coming in. And as far as PPC, works like magic. After you upload this listing, so let's say you finish with the listing and you got what you wanted. Now, in order to move forward to the next steps, you want to make sure that you repeat all these steps again. If you want to strictly concentrate on your keyword indexing, then you want to repeat the whole process. You open your product. You're going to have 2 Cerebros, 2 to 3 Cerebros. You're going to have 1, 2, 3 Frankenstein, 3 index checker, and 3 scribbles open for every 200 phrases you're doing. Repeat the steps for the amount of the listings, the ranking score you have. So in this case, we are going to repeat this process for the next 8 times, 7 to 8 times, because this one is ranking for 1,400 some keywords. Out of those 1,400 keywords, well, now it's 1928. I didn't even change anything. So 1928, we're going to run this whole process at least 9 to 10 times to get what is indexing. Whatever is indexing, you want to evaluate that further. You want to take it further. You want to optimize it further. Make sure anything that's not relevant to your product, take those keywords out. And you want to take it out from your entire listing optimization. Do it 8 to 10 times, group it together, and then make a final scribbles like I did over here. See, one is indexing, the other one is not indexing. And then I made a final one, which was the overall of building together. I would save this and I would take it step further with all of the 9 different times I'm using the 12-step optimization. And after that, I group them together to make sure that everything that I want is within the listing so I can get a very nice, simple sales, powerful listing to launch before I can see action on the progress we made so far. Okay, so I hope you guys understand. It's a 12-step process. Let's go count the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. For bonus, this is extra where you go research the kids. This is extra misspellinator. This is the bonus tool. Google Translate and paraphrasing tool. You can use that. It's a free tool. You can always pay for it, but if free gets the job done, why not? Okay. So 12-step process, and you have to repeat this step based on the amount of keywords you're targeting. In this case, we have to repeat this step at least by 10 times. So if this video, let's say to create this video, if it took me an hour, you multiply by 10, it's going to take you 10 to 12 hours to actually do a perfect listing. All right, guys, I hope you understand. Thanks for being with me this long. And I wish you all the best. We're going to talk on the next section. I'm going to train you how to do various kinds of listing optimizations from scratch, from reviews. I'm going to share with you techniques that is going to make you scratch your head. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sanjay with Liazon Marketing. Thanks. All the best. Bye-bye.